Nigeria joins the rest of the world to celebrate International Day of Mother Tongue with activities to drive home the uniqueness of the day. First Lady Aisha Muhammadu Buhari calls for concerted efforts to address marital and family challenges in building a stronger nation. Plus, Minister of Information and Culture Lai Mohammed clears the air on proposed $500 million loan being sought from China. This and more on today's NTA Panorama. I am Lydia Ojije Ochi. The federal government says it is not unmindful of the havoc poverty is wreaking on the nation's family units and is determined to sustain efforts at addressing the phenomenon through economic support and empowerment towards safeguarding the integrity of families. President Muhammadu Buhari stated this at the opening of a joint national conference on repositioning the Muslim family for national development, organized by the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs and the Future Assured Initiative. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu has details.
If we want to prosper as a nation, we must cherish the family and accord it the value, the respect, and indeed the sanctity it deserves.
President Muhammadu Buhari said most importantly, family values must be propagated and indeed defended, as only stable families can contribute meaningfully towards nation building. The president therefore commended the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs and the Future Assured Initiative for rising up to this challenge.
I understand that the essential objective of the joint effort is to find ways to reduce marital discord and rampant divorce, which has bedeviled our society. It is a project that has direct bearing on our well-being and development of our society. I wish to call on all our other religious leaders and organizations, both Christian and Muslim, to follow suit by redirecting important elements of their preachings and teachings on family issues with a view to broadening the sensitization of people at the grassroots level.
He, however, said if the search for national rebirth, efforts at fighting corruption and indiscipline, as well as the struggle for attitudinal change are to succeed, they must all begin from the family unit. And this, he said, informed the introduction of the various economic empowerment and poverty alleviation schemes directly impacting on families.
The first and most robust program is the Social Investment Program, which serves as a very broad framework for availing Nigerian families at the grassroots level different forms of economic support. We have recorded huge successes in terms of saving millions of families from distress. Conversely, it has weeded millions of children from the street back to school. We will continue to do more in this direction. It is our expectation that the state governments will rise up to these challenges and do their full parts.
Senate President Ahmed Lawan, who spoke in the same vein, promised the support of the National Assembly in the task of addressing the challenges confronting Nigeria, especially the Al-Majiri phenomenon.
On the matter of making Nigeria better, we have no reservations, we have no hesitations in supporting Mr. President to achieve all the laudable and noble goals he has set for himself and for this country.
On behalf of the Northern governors, I want to assure you, Your Excellency, that we are collaborating with you. We have already taken a decision and we are going to take 2 days in Ghana to just deliberate on this issue. It is about implementation. Let us now see which governor will not implement.
Practical recommendations are expected at the end of the conference, which the President promised will be carefully studied for possible implementation. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, First Lady of Nigeria, Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, has advocated for the involvement of all critical stakeholders towards addressing marital challenges and other social problems within the family and the society at large in order to build a strong and prosperous nation. This came to light during the one-day national conference organized by the Future Assured program of the First Lady, Aisha Buhari, in collaboration with the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. State House correspondent Aliu Kabir Hastat.
The magnitude and recurrence of divorce, as well as the incidence of child abuse and its negative consequences on family and the nation at large, remain the source of concern by all as part of our advocacy in the quest of shaping the future of the society. The First Lady, in collaboration with the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, organized this national conference with the aim of repositioning the Muslim family for national development. The First Lady, who noted the root causes of these social problems as gradual collapse of the institutions of marriage, expressed optimism that the deliberations of this conference will go a long way in addressing the challenges for the betterment of Nigerian society.
Some of the objectives were agreed to pursue, including identifying critical marital challenges and suggesting relevant instruments for addressing them, sensitizing families and other relevant stakeholders on their specific and collective responsibilities towards mitigating marital challenges, and identifying policy matters requiring urgent attention.
The conference centered on the need to put all hands on deck to come up with workable solutions of enhancing advocacy and sensitization on the role of family, the traditional rulers, community and political leaders, as well as religious institutions in taking proactive measures to better the future of the Nigerian children and, by extension, the larger society.
We must start solving our problems because nobody from any part of the world will come and solve our own problems for us.
If you cannot maintain a wife, don't marry her. If you cannot maintain a child, do not give birth to him. If you cannot maintain a servant, do not employ him. And if you choose to, it is for our governors to make sure there are consequences.
We have to support education very, very aggressively. We have to give awareness very, very aggressively. A lot of these recruits of Boko Haram, they probably think they're doing business.
It is heartbreaking that we still have not addressed the issue of the child traffickers. Until that issue is addressed, we are only paying service to the imagination.
Speakers at the technical session lend their voices in support towards bringing to bear the role of critical stakeholders, including women as mothers, in mitigating the challenges of marital crisis and enhancing family life in general. From the State House, Aliu Kabir, NTA News.
Every February the 21st is marked as International Day for Mother Tongue. As we commemorate this year's celebration, we will now join Ruth Aguele live at the First Baptist Primary School in Abuja to let us know how well the day has been understood. Ruth, if you can hear me clearly, what is the atmosphere like at the school?
Well, thank you very much, Lydia. Well, it's an important day, not just for Nigeria, but a global celebration. A day meant to promote multilingualism and cultural diversity, and also as part of efforts to preserve global heritage. Now, it is estimated that 43% of the 6,000 languages spoken globally are endangered. Now, for us in Nigeria, about more than 520 languages that are spoken in Nigeria. Many fear that some of these languages may go extinct, and there's no better way to preserve some of these languages than starting from the foundation. And these pupils here say they have something for us, so let's hear them. Okay, you just heard them recite the national anthem in Hausa and the national pledge. So I'm going to find out from my two friends here, Daniel and Monachi, how many Nigerian languages can you speak? Daniel, let's start with you.
I can speak two languages, which are Yoruba and Hausa.
Which language are you being taught in school, or rather, how many languages are you being taught in school?
We are taught like Hausa, which is one.
Okay, what about you? Thank you, Daniel. What about you, Monachi?
I can speak Igbo and French.
Igbo and?
French.
And French. Okay, what about at home? In what language do your parents communicate with you?
Sometimes English and sometimes Igbo.
Can you say something for us in Igbo? Maybe just say, my name is, in Igbo.
Okay.
Or you greet the viewers out there in Igbo language.
Okay, Ụtụtụ ọma or Igbo Lachi.
Okay. Daniel, let's hear you speak the Hausa. You said you can speak Hausa, so let's hear you say Hausa. Can you greet everyone watching you?
No, I can only say my name Hausa.
Okay, can you say a greeting in Hausa?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so Daniel and Monachi are just the few who are privileged to learn a bit about these languages, even though from what you've just seen, they can't really speak the language fluently. But it is an important thing because a lot of people out there, especially children, many say parents have an important role to play. And we have the head teacher of the school here who is going to tell us the importance of this language. Good day, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Mr. Mangrin Elisha Ibrahim, head teacher of Baptist Nursery Primary School, Garke, Abuja. The mother tongue is very important because it brings unity. It can be used to settle dispute. If you use mother tongue to teach children, it makes knowledge to be permanent. So mother tongue should be encouraged at home. Parents are the main teachers to drive this message to the children at home.
Now, even for the school here, we just had Daniel and Monachi. They've been taught Hausa, but they can't really make a sentence in Hausa. Is it that they don't really teach them enough of it, talking about the depth of the language?
Yes. You see, in Nigeria, at home, parents use English to communicate. So for the Hausa teacher in school, since the lesson is just twice in a week, you find it's difficult for them to comprehend within shortest time. But I know and believe that over time, they will be able to speak Hausa fluently in this school.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Well, Lydia, still on this language, it is feared that every 2 weeks, a language disappear, taking with it an entire cultural and intellectual heritage. What do you think, Lydia?
Well, I think it's a good thing, but before I let you go, aside your own mother tongue, Ruth Aguele, what other language can you speak?
Okay, so the question should be, Lydia, can I speak my own mother tongue?
Okay, fine, go ahead.
Nigerian languages. I can speak Hausa fluently, and I'm very interested in Igbo. Thank you very much.
Well, you're not speaking. I wish you would have at least said something. Say something to Nigerians in...
Say Anjima.
Anjima. Thank you very much, Ruth Aguele. See you later. We now pause for some messages. Panorama continues after this time. Or don't go away.
The only country we can train with remarkable potentials to excel. Let us believe in ourselves and change our attitude for the sake of our country and generations unborn. Let us revive our cultural values, which are our essence as a nation. Let us renew the spirit of patriotism and hope in our dear country. Do not take or give bribe. Be punctual always. No more African time. We can't expect to be global citizens and operate on African time. Join the queue. Insist that people are attended to on a first-come basis, no matter who they are or where they come from.
Nigeria, good people, great nation.
President Muhammadu Buhari is reassuring the people of Plateau State that the federal government will continue to support genuine efforts at building a peaceful, prosperous, and tolerant society for them to fully harness its potentials for a better future. This was while granting audience to critical key players from the state led by Governor Simon Lalong. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu reports.
With its geographically unique and diverse environment, as well as incredible potentials in tourism, agriculture, and mining, President Muhammadu Buhari described Plateau State as strategic to Nigeria.
It is therefore our collective duty to ensure these potentials are fully harnessed by providing the right policy support. I am very pleased with the progress made in security, provision of social services, and infrastructure development under your leadership. These are the critical pillars of having a prosperous and inclusive society. I will therefore take this opportunity to urge all citizens of Plateau to encourage and support your government in delivering on its mandate.
The President congratulated Governor Simon Lalong for his steadfastness, patriotism, and successes achieved so far in genuinely transforming the state through his rescue administration.
And rest assured, we will do our best to support you where we can.
The state governor, Simon Lalong, who expressed gratitude to President Muhammadu Buhari for supporting the state in many ways, takes pride in the modest achievements recorded in the restoration of peace and security, improving critical infrastructure, and ensuring fiscal discipline.
Currently, our focus is to implement legacy projects that will transform the state and take our people to the next level. Accordingly, we are constructing excellent schools, hospitals, and roads across the 3 senatorial districts of the state. Some of them are almost completed, and we shall be honored to have Your Excellency personally come to commission them for the benefit of our people and posterity.
He, however, made a case for dualization and construction of at least 5 critical federal roads in the state, including Akwanga, Jos, Bauchi, Gombe Road, upgrading the Potato Research Center, as well as the provision of special grants for the rehabilitation of victims of attacks and crises.
Many victims of crisis in Plateau State are facing serious challenges of survival. Since Plateau State is not captured in the Northeast Development Commission, we passionately appeal for a special grant to enable us to respond to their needs.
Plateau State Council of Chiefs and Emirs are very much in support of Mr. Governor's request to Mr. President. And by God's grace, we want to believe Mr. President will wipe away our tears.
The Plateau community also made a case for refund of outstanding monies expended on some federal projects and promised to work more closely with the Buhari presidency for the good of the nation. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed has described as unfortunate the sensational and outright misinformation, the hysteria that has been generated about the proposed $500 million loan being sought from China, saying it is wrong to report that the loan is for NTA alone. Correspondent Anthony Forson reports that the minister gave the breakdown of what the loan will be used for at a media briefing, explaining that 3 critical projects have been targeted: to construct a headquarters complex for transmission network for integrated television services ITS, the federal government-owned signal distributor, which is a major component for the nation's digital switchover project.
Is also meant to build an ultra-modern media city that will have the following facilities: indoor-outdoor shooting area, animation production facility, digital media training center, world-class cinema, a 4-star hotel, an amusement park, and an amphitheater.
This facility will train Nigerian broadcasters and filmmakers in the production of high-quality media content and programs. This will make Nigeria a hub for digital content in sub-Saharan Africa. The loan will also cover the digitization of all NTA stations, headquarters, 12 zonal stations, 36 state capital stations, and 76 community stations, just as it will support the upgrade, installation, and purchasing of relevant digital TV broadcasting equipment compatible with VSO products that are necessary for modern television broadcast standards. The Nigerian Television Authority is changing the trend of its working space through a comprehensive document that traverses the lines of modern broadcasting environment with professional manpower for enhanced performance. Abubakar Usman Akwanga reports that this came to the fore during the inauguration of Implementation Committee 2020 target by the NTA Director General Yakubu Ibn Mohammed.
The coast is now clear for the commencement of implementation of the 2020 target designed to be delivered within 10 months. This is coming at a time the management is migrating its services to a more efficient and effective system in the media cycle. Director General of NTA Yakubu Ibn Mohammed explains that the process of overhauling the NTA and redefining the status quo is very critical and urged the committee member to be guided by the document.
Your job officially starts today. You have a very important job and a very important role to play in the advancement of NTA. We cannot afford to remain or to be irrelevant in the current broadcast ecosystem in this country. NTA has always set the pace, and we must continue to set the pace.
Chairman of the 9-member committee and Deputy Director News Ayo Adewi says more energy and commitment will be channeled towards the assignment for timely delivery.
Our target is to deliver the vision of the Director General of the NTA and to launch NTA into the global television village.
As a first step measure, the committee took an inspection tour on the main building of NTA, where stocks were taken for immediate work on the structure.
Evolving crucial component in driving trending broadcast policies is what the management of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, aspire to achieve within the cycle of healthy competitors in the television industry. In Abuja, Abubakar Usman Akwanga, NTA News.
And now sports with Ayodeji Makinde.
Minister of Youth and Sports Development